please.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, so today's video is going to be 10 things you don't do, the hair edition. So this is 10 things that you don't do to your hair. Alright, so thing number 1, don't flat iron your hair while it's wet. Alright, so I had a flat iron that was meant for you to use it while you're wet. It was called wet to straight or something crazy like that. And you go over the wet piece of hair with the flat iron, and then the hair gets dry and straight at the same time. It was a load of crap. I used it one time. It was horrible. Don't flat iron your hair while it's wet. Make sure your hair is 100% dry before you flat iron.
Okay. Thing number 2. Don't blow dry your hair while it's soaking wet.
When you're about to blow dry your hair after washing it, you should put a towel around your hair and just squeeze the extra water out of your hair. And when you get ready to blow dry your hair, it should not be dripping wet. It should be at least 80% dry before you start blow drying, so that you don't damage your hair with the blow dryer. Alright, so thing number 3, don't chair hop. You should find a stylist and a salon that you are happy with, able to be loyal to, somebody that you trust to do your hair every time. And I mean, if you have to let somebody else do your hair once in a while, that's fine, but don't constantly go from salon to salon. Don't be like, oh, I need my hair done this week, so I'm gonna go to this salon down the street that I've never even walked into before. You shouldn't do that. You should get to know the people in your salon, and you should grow to trust them, and it should be more of a relationship between you and your stylist. It shouldn't be you just going to get your hair done one time and you don't even know their name. That's just crazy. Alright, so thing number 4.
Thing number 4. Don't go too long without washing your hair.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that the longer you go without washing your hair, the faster your hair will grow. And I don't know where they got that from, because that is crazy.
It's nasty.
Your scalp being clean has a lot to do with your hair being healthy. And so it's just, I mean, if your scalp is clean, your hair will be healthy. That's all I can say, because your hair grows from your scalp. And I mean, what did you say? They think that the dirt is fertilizer on their scalp. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's psycho. Like, don't do that. I think that it really just depends on your hair type, because like, okay, we all know that people who have finer hair, their hair gets oily, blah blah, they need to wash it more often. So that probably pertains to the majority of white people. You have to wash your hair probably like every other day because it gets oily faster. Well, with the majority of black people, you probably can go about a week without washing your hair. But do not go more than 2 weeks without washing your hair. I think 2 weeks is too long anyway. But if you go in 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks because you can't make it to the salon or something, you still need to wash your hair at home. Don't go that long without washing your hair, because it's unhealthy and it's gross. That is gross. Alright, so thing number 5, this has 2 parts to it. Part number 1, if you have a relaxer, don't comb your hair while it's wet. And part number 2, if you do not have a relaxer, don't comb your hair while it's dry. Okay, so I don't have a relaxer, and I have combed my hair while it was dry before, and I've experienced that it causes you to pull out your hair unnecessarily. It comes out in the comb. You just like rip through your hair with the comb, and it hurts. I mean, who would want that?
And I do have a relaxer, and I've experienced, like, when I try to comb my hair while it's wet, and I'll just like be combing it, and like clumps of my hair just come out in the comb, and I'm like, Mom, am I going bald?
Alright, so thing number 6 is
don't use heat without a heat protectant.
Alright, so the heat protectant is there for a purpose. Like, it does serve a very, very important purpose. And if you use a lot of heat on your hair and you never use a heat protectant, then more than likely you're going to notice your hair starting to thin at the ends, and it'll start breaking off. And sooner than later, your hair will be very choppy and broken off, and it just won't look good. Like, it won't look good. It won't look healthy, and it won't lay right. It's a lot of things that you won't be able to do because your hair has heat damage, and I've had that happen to me before.
Split ends.
Yeah, split ends happen. I've had that happen to me before, and really, the only way that you could fix it is by cutting your hair off. After you heat damage your hair, you have to cut it. So, to avoid that, just use a heat protector. Alright, so thing number 8. Wait, was that thing number 6? Yeah, that was thing number 6. Okay, thing number 7. Do not get a weave if you don't know how to take care of your hair under the weave. All right, so about 2 years ago, I got a weave, and it wasn't even a sew-in. It was actually glued in. The tracks were glued in because it was like around Halloween time. Homecoming was like Halloween night, and I was having a party. So I wanted to have like this look because the theme of our homecoming was a masquerade ball. So I wanted like these huge blonde curls like down to here somewhere. And so I got the glued in weave, and I was afraid that if I manipulated the hair too much that my weave would be messed up and that it would come out or something. So I went all this time that I had that weave, I washed my hair with the weave and everything, and I did not moisturize it. I didn't take care of it at all. And in the end, when I took the hair out of my head, it ended up being very damaged, and I had to get my hair cut like up to my chin, and it was terrible. It was just a horrible experience. All right, so take care of your hair. If you're wearing a weave, your hair needs to be taken care of too. All right, so number 8.
Thing number 8, don't jump on the product bandwagon.
Yeah, everything isn't for everybody. So just because you see a whole lot of people using a hair product and they like swear by this product and they love this product and they use it all the time and they tell you it's great, it's a must-have, don't decide that it's gonna work for you just because it worked for them. It doesn't work that way.
Everything ain't for everybody.
It's not. All right, so number 9, don't stress over hair growth. Okay, so I know that you all have heard the saying that a watch pot never boils. It's the same concept with your hair. If you are constantly in the mirror checking your hair length, stressing out about whether or not your hair is even growing, mixing up concoctions and potions and hair growth serums and constantly slapping all this crap on your hair, you're just gonna stress yourself out. It's unnecessary stress. That's what that is. Don't do it. All right, so thing number 10 is,
last but not least, don't forget to moisturize and seal.
all right, so moisturizing and sealing is important because you have to moisturize your hair so it doesn't break off, because dry hair breaks off, and you have to seal to keep the moisture in your hair because moisture can dry up, moisture can wipe off, like just things like that. Basically, you moisturize with any type of moisturizer. If it says moisturizer, it's a moisturizer. If it says lotion, it's a moisturizer. You can use cocoa butter lotion as a moisturizer. You can use water. Water is a moisturizer. So to seal, you use oil. Use any kind of oil. Olive oil, coconut oil, I wouldn't use mineral oil, but you can use any type of oil will seal your hair, and it'll make it so that no moisture can get in, but it'll also make it so that the moisture that's there can't get out. And so that's why it's really important. And I moisturize and seal twice a day because I wash my hair very often. I wash my hair a lot. So, and when I'm not washing my hair, I'm like rinsing it in the shower or something, and that basically rinses all the product out of it and makes it so that I need to moisturize and seal again. But if you don't have moisturizer, or if you're like me and you rinse your hair a lot, your hair is wet. So you just wring out the excess water and your hair is damp at that point, and just put oil on it because the oil will seal in the moisture from the water. And I do that, and if I don't do that, I just use a regular moisturizer. I still use coconut oil to seal in my moisturizer, or like I said, you can use olive oil.
Like, I got my hair advice from her, and what she told me to do is, because you see, I don't have moisturizer at my house a lot. So what I do is I wet my hair and then I seal it with olive oil, because olive oil, we have an abundance of that at my house. So it's true. But I just moisturize it. I wet it, I get it moist and stuff, and then I wring out the excess water, and then I seal it with olive oil in it. It works fine for me.
Alright, so that's it for our 10 things you don't do with your hair. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and stay tuned because next week we will be coming to you with 10 things you don't do with your nails. Alright, so see ya.
Bye.
Bye.